Hey, good morning, y'all. This is going to be my vlog. So, seasonal worker life. Right now, it is 5:56 a.m. The sun is shining out and bright today in Alaska. So, the sun's been up for hours. It barely goes down about this time of year. And so, a seasonal worker life. I went to bed yesterday, like around nearing 1 o'clock. Not good for your health to stay up that late. Um, but I was planning for the day. It's the start of the season for anybody that's like interested in coming up. It really depends, like as far as like what your work experience is going to be. It really depends if you work for like a corporate business or privately owned business. I don't do corporate. It's not for me. Um, I hear Princess is amazing. Actually, I should say I have worked corporate, but it's been a while. I prefer smaller I say privately owned employers, and because I feel that you have like more freedom and more freedom, flexibility as to what to do and what your workday actually looks like. Like your input matters, your presence matters because there's usually fewer of you. Like it'll be like a smaller staff, so you not being there makes a difference. Just as you being there make a difference, and that's what I do my best to do. Is that to anybody could do my job. It's not about that, but just to, in theory, right? Like in theory, and but it's doing it most efficiently and joyously. And so I do my best to. That's a commitment that I made to myself. That where people like having me, like people like working with me in the workplace. But as to what today looks like, let me grab my notes and I'll tell you what I have going on. Our delivery comes in at 6:30, and this is nothing that my employer demands of me. And so this is actually why I stayed up taking notes late last night. Um, yeah. So I usually go in with the plan. I am in the kitchen this year. I'm not doing front of house, and I'm absolutely okay with that. And then and so we get a delivery today at 6:30. So I want to be there to help out with that. So one of my responsibilities is to, or I agreed to help out, say like with doing daily soups. So I'm going to be doing the pain au chocolat, the chocolate croissant breads, Danish filling. I have like to make some cheese danishes, chocolate muffins. I have to boil some black beans for some black bean, gluten-free black bean brownies that I want to make. I've never made them before, but I've had them and they're super tasty. And I want to offer at least, say, 2 to 4 gluten-free options that are easy to make. And so I'm making some savory quiche. Well, quiche is usually savory. So I think I'm going to do like a ham and Swiss, and then actually prepare the soup. I'm going to make some. Yesterday I baked out like at least like 8 to 10 shells just for pudding pies. We're low on supply right now, so I only did 8 to 10 because I had to reserve some of the dough for fruit pies and for other things. And then I baked the key lime pies yesterday, so I have to dress those. And today I'll be also making some peanut butter pies. Um, and then the peanut butter pies, I'm going to probably do like about 4. We only have so much refrigerator space, so I have to take that into consideration. I have like say at least 1 to 200 monster cookies. I'll be mixing and prepping, and then also some peanut butter oatmeal bars that I have on my list. I'm going to do a 2 ingredient cake for our gluten-free peeps, or those that are conscientious, conscientious about like keeping their ingredients to a minimum. And then that is also a non-allergen. So on this 2 ingredient cake, it's just apples and melted chocolate. So I'm really excited about that one. And in addition to that, I made some sour cream, some lemon crumb muffins yesterday. I have a whole bunch of stuff waiting on the rack for me to wrap. And yesterday we had, and the season hasn't even really started, okay? Like our season doesn't really start where we start getting into it is say like maybe like in a week or two. And then in a month from now, I'm probably not even gonna be having time to be doing this. And then and what is it? I forgot. So yesterday, all by 10 o'clock, because we open at 9. And I know that sounds late, but for the area that we're in, we get a super huge number of tour buses. They usually come in a little bit later. As far as local goes, Trapper Creek is like a town that's like 25 miles long. the population, what I read online, is like about 552. So, I mean, we're not necessarily rushed with locals. We get a lot of local business, but it's not like we have like, dozens and dozens of locals waiting at the door, because these dozens and dozens of locals themselves are probably working. A lot of them go to, uh, might work on out on the slope. They might be doing working out on mines. Like right now is the season for mining, like gold mining. Like I would need just something I need to get done with my car, and the people that I bought the vehicle from, they referred me to a mechanic, and that's actually exactly what he said. He's like, "Hey, hun," he's like, "I'd love to do the job for you." He's like, "But I'm on my way out to the mine. I'm not taking any more jobs right now." And I was like, that's fine." He's like, "Call me back in the fall." And I was like, "Totally understand." I said, "I live a similar life. I get it." And so a lot of people might actually work out on the mine too. So we're not bombarded with locals. We are, however, bombarded with guests, and that's fine, because I'm like, our livelihood depends on that. And I'm like, if it weren't for guests, I'm like, we're all unemployed. And so yesterday, so considering that, we opened at 9 a.m. And yesterday by 10, we already had like what, 1 to 200 people going through that place. So that means I need a, chop chop. And so that's what I have going on today. That's a short list. It's my day off. So that's my day off list. So today's my day off. I mean, I'm still getting paid. Don't worry about that. But I'm like, I'm gonna go in there and then just how do you say, warm things up for my alternate, and try to get, we're never gonna get ahead, but with these things, as we warm up, I'm making stuff like our like streusel. I do like streusel in bulk, like icings and things like that. And I'll take like a lot of the cookie dough and say portion and freeze it, and I'll put it. Our storage space is very limited, so if a lot of this might seem like it's extra work, it can be if you had how do you say, generous storage space, but we don't. So if space is an issue, say sheets, and it's not because my employer is a cheapo. He's a very generous guy. I don't like working for cheapos. I like working for generous people. So he's a generous guy. If we ask for something, he'll get it for us. And so as far as like, we only have so many sheet pans, and we only have one speed rack. So it's like a constant, you got to be on your toes as far as like clearing out that speed rack, having things cool. When you're doing your baking, doing things in order of operation, and getting things set out so that they cool, to get them out on the floor and get that stuff sold. And I like offering a lot of variety, and so it's double time on that, because there's only so much product of each that you could hold. So say if you want to do like a coffee cake sour cream, it's like, okay, but we can only fit so much sour cream between our sour cream freezes well, actually, and so does cream cheese, but you can only fit so much sour cream, in your reserve so much space for your sour cream or whatever between like the refrigerator and the freezer, because I'm like, you need stuff for other, we're still a full functioning restaurant, we're not a bake shop. And I was like, that's like a by the way thing, but we have a lot of guests. So I forgot how many guests were scheduled for today. And when I say those types of guests, they come in tour buses, and we happen to be one of their stops. They come in for coffee, they come in for pastries and pies. So I'm going to get on to my work. I do need to get ready because it is now 6:04. I've talked enough, and y'all enjoy your day.